So I'm a tech geek that love technology. I get excited to review tech toys that solve problems. I think about the days when I'm at the coffee house working on a project and I need an extra screen for multitasking and getting work done. Well, I may have a solution. I have the Kefeya 2-in-1 folding monitor. This awesome monitor, to me, is a perfect solution to get work done out of the studio. Now listen, this may be my go-to monitor to get work done outside of the studio, especially when I'm at the coffee house. And I really do hang out at the coffee house a lot. But let's talk more about this monitor. So I work on the computer 7 days a week, and multitasking with multiple displays is the key for me to get a lot of work done. So when Kefeya contacted me to test out their folding dual screen portable monitor, I was excited to try it out. So I've been using this dual screen monitor for about a week now. So let me give you my thoughts about it. Sit back, relax, and get your popcorn ready and follow me on this journey. Let's go. What's up, guys? This is Eric back with another video. So I have the M2 right here by Kefeya, right? And it's a 15.6-inch dual screen monitor, and it solves my problems. Look, sometimes when I need to get work done and I need a portable workstation, right, outside of the studio, this right here could get the job done. And you know what? Before I talk about it, think about this. I'm gonna tell you, look at this scenario. I have my Mac Studio on the top editing the video, and on the bottom display, I got my LG V60 running desktop mode on the bottom. So in essence, you could have two computers running on these displays at the same time, which is extraordinary. So you don't have to have one computer. You could actually have two computers on one unit to get super power work done. And here in my studio, I have about 5 computers running. So this here right here could be a lifesaver in so many ways. If I need to condense down my studio and just only use this for at least 2 of my computers, that'd be extraordinary. But you know what? Before I talk more about my thoughts about this unit, let's talk about the unboxing experience. So check this out. So looking at the box, you see the picture of the monitor and all the specs. So opening up the box, you're greeted to the monitor itself and all the accessories you need. You get 2 USB-C to USB-C cables. You get HDMI to mini HDMI cable. You get a power adapter. You get an HDMI to USB-C hub, and you get a user guide and user manual. So you get everything you need to get started right out of the box. Now, as far as pricing, this unit would set you back $399, but right now, as of me recording this video, it's on sale for $340. I will leave all product links down below. So this 2-in-1 monitor can expand up to 21 inches. With a dual 15.6-inch displays that's at 1080p 60 Hertz IPS display that could produce about 16.7 million colors at 280 nits of brightness. Is good enough for the studio, great for color grading and video editing, and I didn't have a problem at the coffee house. The build quality is really solid. You got a Visa mount here, right? So that you can mount this and forget about it. Now the weight is about 3.57 pounds, so it's not so heavy to carry. So the ports here is really nice. It comes with a mini HDMI port, 2 USB-C ports, a power button, menu button, and a key button. Now this monitor can be plug and play to computer, laptop that have USB Type-C video out or HDMI. So just so you know, you got a lot of options with these monitors. Well, with this monitor. All right, guys, so here it is. This is the second scenario. If you have a MacBook that has the M series processor in it, and I have the USB Type-C or Thunderbolt going into the monitor. Now, what you're looking at right now is that, yes, with the new series of MacBooks, with the M processors in it, whether or not it's going to be a MacBook Air or MacBook Pro, you can have the display here working on both sides. Now, I've got the Thunderbolt port going into the USB Type-C port going into the monitor, and I extended the displays. And as you can see, I got both displays working in this scenario, so you can get work done. Now, in this scenario, you do not have to have the monitor plugged up into a power source, just so you know. If you have a M series MacBook, a MacBook Pro, or MacBook Air, you are able to utilize the Thunderbolt port going into this monitor to utilize both displays. All right, guys, so here it is. This is going to be the smartphone approach. Now, this is going to be desktop mode here, and it's utilizing the mirror approach coming from the smartphone. Now, I got my LG V60 connected to a wireless keyboard, so I can type up a lot of documents and everything with the wireless keyboard. And I have USB Type-C going into the USB Type-C port, and it's doing the mirror job. Now, while we're on here, let's go on and listen to the speakers here, which is pretty decent speakers.
So what's a perfect smartphone?
All right, the speakers are okay.
That has a beautiful design that fits really
Now,
good in the hand.
as you can hear,
A smartphone that does everything that you want it to do.
the quality is pretty decent.
That doesn't compromise
Now,
on specs.
you can use this mode for like more of a tent mode, as you can see, right? I can fold it back, and I can have, you know, other people can watch this at the same time. Let me turn this down. Okay, so this is a different scenario here, right? I have my smartphone connected here to the USB Type-C port. And at the bottom display, it's showing my desktop mode on my smartphone. And the top display, I have HDMI for my MacBook. So I have my MacBook going into the top display, and I have my LG V60 on desktop mode on my bottom display. Now, I could run it like this, as you can see, or I could edit my video and I could watch YouTube, or even if I want to edit another video, I could do that. So in this scenario is if you have two output sources or two desktop modes or two computers, you're able to connect this dual monitor into two different computers. Now, again, you have to think about the scenario here. I'm using USB Type-C, which I've demonstrated with the MacBook Air that I can use USB Type-C going into the monitor. And I can use HDMI, which this monitor has HDMI. You can utilize HDMI for a secondary computer. So at this point, I have two computers connected to the monitors, which is pretty neat. Let's get in there. Let y'all guys see that. And again, this is going to be my Mac at the top, and at the bottom, I have desktop mode. And now this scenario is a pretty nice scenario if you have two computers or a smartphone with desktop mode and a computer, and you can have this set up on your desk and utilize both displays for two different scenarios. So here's my conclusion. The M2 is a great monitor for multitasking or for gamers who want to play games and have a nice experience. I like that you can extend the display, or you could have a split screen. And that's kind of good for YouTube and Twitch or your Discord server. Now, it's nice and portable to get the job done. So if you want to know more about this dual screen monitors, I will have the links down in the description below. And I want to give a huge thanks to Kefeya for sending me out this monitor here for review. This is Eric. See you guys on the next video. Peace.